Be me, 29-year-old woman. CFO turned CEO of my brother's property management company. 8 months in, and crushing it. Cut costs by 11%. Automated half our invoicing. Jake made the right call promoting me. Sunday brunch with my college friends. Priya the lawyer, Jen from tech HR, Sarah in marketing. Avocado toast and mimosas at our usual spot. You're literally the only female CEO in commercial property in the whole metro. Priya says this while scrolling her phone. I shrug. Never really thought about it. Sarah pulls up LinkedIn. Your entire leadership team is men. They're good at their jobs. David's been there 10 years. Exactly the problem, Jen cuts in. She's always talking about disruption and transformation. How are you supposed to change anything? I'm changing the financials. That's what matters? Priya leans forward. Imagine if you transformed the leadership structure. You have the power now. Why not use it? Sarah, still scrolling. There's a Forbes article about diverse teams outperforming homogeneous ones. You could be that story, Vanessa. Something shifts in my chest. Part excitement, part pressure. We have openings. Maintenance supervisor just quit last week. Perfect. Jen bounces in her seat. Hire a woman. Prove it can be done. They raise their glasses to breaking barriers. I smile and clink. Drove home with their words circling my head. Pulled up our company roster that night. 73% male. Numbers stared back like an accusation. Maybe they were right. Maybe I was playing it too safe. Monday morning. Mention it to David Morrison, head of operations, 48 years old. Been with Jake since year 2. Thinking about our hiring approach. Should be more intentional about diversity. David nods slowly. Sure, HR, accounting, leasing agents. We've had great women in those positions. What about operations? Maintenance supervisors? He pauses, choosing words carefully. Those roles require specific experience. 24/7 availability. Physical demands. Vendor relationships built over years. It's not about gender. It's about reliability and expertise. I hear something else. He's protecting the boys' club. I'll keep that in mind. Say it coolly. Text Jen after he leaves. You were right. They're resistant. Her response is immediate. Of course they are. Don't back down. 2 weeks later. Interview Keisha Williams for downtown maintenance supervisor. 31 years old. Confident. Worked in office property management before. No field experience. But enthusiasm and fresh perspectives. Hire her on the spot. Also promote Amy Chen from leasing agent, 27 years old. Sweet. Been with us 2 years. Seems ready for more responsibility. Send company-wide email announcing changes. David shows up at my office within 20 minutes. Kesha has no emergency systems experience. Amy's never managed vendors or contractors. They'll learn. You did. I worked under my predecessor for 3 years. On call every single night. Times are changing, David. He looks at me for a long moment. Nods once. Leaves without another word. Staff meeting, introducing Kesha and Amy. Women smile and ask questions. Lisa, the office manager, gives overly bright welcome. Feels slightly forced. Male maintenance workers polite but quiet. Notice Carlos exchange glance with another worker. Keisha gives speech about new energy. Collaborative problem solving. Walk past break room after meeting. Hear 2 male workers talking. Give it a month. I'm taking the over on that bet. Keep walking. Jaw tight. Sunday brunch. Friends celebrate like I won an award. You're literally doing it. Changing the industry from the inside. Post on LinkedIn that afternoon. Proud to announce expanded leadership opportunities for women. Fresh perspectives reshaping how we serve clients. 847 likes by midnight. Comments praising my bold leadership. Screenshot it for the group chat. Jen replies with 5 crown emojis. Went to bed feeling like I'd done something important. Week 4. Email from Amanda Park, reporter for Metro Business Journal. Wants to interview me about leadership diversity. Interview goes perfectly. Coffee shop downtown. Talk about empowering women. Breaking cycles. Fresh perspectives. She asks about Keisha and Amy specifically. I explain how they represent a new approach. What do the men think about these changes? They're adjusting. Change is always uncomfortable at first. Article publishes Tuesday. Headline reads 29-year-old CEO reshaping commercial property management. Highlights my finance background. Mentions groundbreaking diversity initiative. Friends share it everywhere. Comment section filled with praise. Print the article. Frame it in my office. What I didn't mention in the interview. Amy negotiated a cleaning contract saving $1,200 monthly. Office work, her strength, pointed to it as proof my approach was working. What I also didn't mention. Keisha missed 2 emergency maintenance calls first month. David quietly handled both himself. Week 6. Phone rings at 2:47 in the morning. Vanessa, it's Kesha. Major leak at Riverside Office Plaza. Tenant called 20 minutes ago. Sit up, trying to clear my head. Did you shut off the water? I can't find the main shut-off valve. There's like 50 pipes. I don't know which one. Didn't Tom show you during transition? He showed me a lot of things. It was overwhelming. Water running in background. Tenant yelling. Call David. It's almost 3 in the morning. Call him Kesha. David talks her through it remotely at 3:15. Listen on the line. Blue valve on the left wall. No left. Turn it clockwise. The other way, Kesha. His voice patient but exhausted. Tenant yelling about servers and lawsuits. Sat in my dark bedroom, feeling completely useless. Listening to David saved my mistake. Water got shut off. Damage contained. But the law firm tenant paying $18,000 monthly. Sends formal complaint next morning. David comes to my office that afternoon. She should have known that. Tom trained her for 2 weeks on emergency systems. It's her 2nd month. She's still learning. The tenant doesn't care. They're paying $216,000 a year. I'll smooth it over with them. David leaves without arguing. Somehow feels worse than if he'd pushed back. Week 7. Lisa emails me and Keisha about scheduling conflict. Needs maintenance crew for tenant move-out. Kesha says crew scheduled for urgent repairs elsewhere. Suggests Lisa's admin team handle it. Lisa's response, copying me. That's literally what the maintenance team is for. Kesha's reply also copying me. Maybe if there was better advance planning. Mediate 30-minute call. Both professional but clearly can't stand each other. Both leave unsatisfied. No idea how to fix it. Quarterly team lunch. 20 people at Italian restaurant. Give short speech thanking everyone. Specifically, call out Kesha and Amy for fresh energy. Women smile and applaud. Men clap politely. Faces neutral. Notice women cluster at one end of table. Kesha and Lisa sit opposite ends, barely making eye contact. Men sit together at other end. Eat quickly. Leave early. Carlos approaches me in parking lot after. Can I talk to you Monday? About property reassignment? Want to move to North Cluster? Genuinely confused. You've managed downtown properties for 6 years. Know them better than anyone. Yeah, just think it's time for a change. Gets in his truck before I can ask more. Sunday brunch, week 8. Mention growing pains to friends. Completely expected. You're disrupting a system in place for decades. Kesha and Lisa aren't getting along. Sarah nods knowingly. Women socialized to compete with each other. Internalized misogyny. They'll work through it. Are the men being supportive? Some are quiet. Carlos asked to transfer. Jen's eyes light up. See, they're threatened. That's actually a good sign. Means you're disrupting the power structure. Hold firm. Left brunch feeling reassured, but still a knot in my stomach. Week 9. Vendor overcharges Keisha $3,000 on HVAC repair. David catches it in monthly review. Spends hour negotiating half back. Forwards me email chain without comment. Week 10. Amy on call with difficult tenant. Threatening to break lease over noise complaints. Hear her voice getting shakier through my wall. Transfers call to me. Handle it. But tenant specifically asks, is David available? I'd prefer to speak with him. 2 maintenance workers call in sick same day. Never happened before in 3 years. David stops offering advice, unless I directly ask. Late one night, alone in office. Pull up response time reports. Kesha's properties average 47 minutes. Up from 22 minutes under Tom. Male supervisors unchanged at 20 to 25 minutes. Stare at numbers for 20 minutes. Close laptop. Look at framed article on wall. She just needs more time. Thursday, week 11. 11:17 at night. Phone rings as I'm falling asleep. Emergency at Riverside. Pipe burst on 4th floor. Up immediately pulling on clothes. Where are you? At the building. Water coming through ceiling. It's bad. Law firm server room right below. Did you shut off the water? Need the key to mechanical room? Don't have it. Heart sinks. Master key should be on your ring. I have like 15 keys. Don't know which. 45 minutes of chaos. Building engineer lives 30 minutes away. Has to get dressed and drive in. By time he shuts off main valve. Water flooded 3 floors. Law firm server room significant damage. Next morning. Senior partner calls me directly. Voice is ice. Been in this building 8 years. Never single issue until 6 months ago. What the hell changed? We had a personnel transition. Don't care about your transitions. Cost us $50,000 in equipment and data recovery. Want David Morrison managing our property. Not whoever that was last night. David manages North Side, then move us to North Side or we're gone. Biggest tenant at Riverside, $240,000 annually. Your call. He hangs up. Stare at phone for 5 solid minutes. That afternoon, Jake calls from Seattle. Out there for acquisition meetings. Saw concerning numbers this morning. What's going on? Feel defensive immediately. Just operational adjustments. Under control. Emergency response times up 40%. 2 tenants filed formal complaints. Never had that. We made some staffing changes. What changes? Promoted some people. Brought in new talent. His voice getting sharper. I'll send you a full report. It's fine, Jake. I'm back in 10 days. It better be more than fine. Hung up. Hands shaking. Stayed in office until 2 in the morning. Pulled every metric I could access. Response times, tenant satisfaction, vendor costs, maintenance backlogs, renewal rates. Created spreadsheet comparing properties. Male managed versus changed. Data was damning. Male managed properties. 96% tenant retention. 23-minute average emergency response. Vendor costs flat or declining. Kesha's cluster. 87% retention. 3 tenants confirmed non-renewals. 47-minute average response. Vendor costs up 18%. Amy's areas. Contractor conflicts up 200%. Tenant complaints doubled. Stared at numbers until they blurred. Tried to explain it away. Maybe male supervisors had easier properties. Maybe Kesha inherited problems. Maybe I wasn't giving enough support. Data was merciless. Same property types, same tenant mix, same vendor pool. Only variable was who managed them. Felt something crack inside me. Not my ideology. Not yet. But the certainty I'd been carrying like armor. Week 12. Site visit to one of Carlos's properties. Find him in parking lot doing routine inspection. How are things going with new structure? He's quiet for a moment. It's different. Different how? Look, I don't want to get anyone in trouble. You won't. Just trying to understand what's working. Carlos stops walking. The guys miss how things worked before. Clear decisions, quick responses. Now everything needs approval from multiple people. When there's an emergency, he trails off. What? We handle it ourselves now. We don't wait anymore. Realization hits like cold water. Men quietly doing Kesha's job for her. That's why disasters weren't worse. They were covering. Thursday afternoon, week 12. Newer maintenance worker. Woman Kesha hired, 25 years old. Enthusiastic. Tried to move industrial water heater. Wrong equipment. Shifted. Wrong. Pinned her leg. Not serious, but scary. OSHA, reportable. Visit her at urgent care. Leg wrapped. Tears in her eyes. Why didn't you wait for proper equipment? Keisha keeps saying we need to prove we can do everything the guys do. Didn't want to ask for help. Didn't want to look weak. Drove back to office in complete silence. Week 13. Friday. Here yelling through office wall. Lisa and Kesha. Voices carrying through door. You wasted $8,000 on a contractor who ripped you off because you don't know the vendors. Maybe if your team actually communicated properly. My team is fine. You're in over your head. Everyone knows it. Physically separate them. Send both home. Other employees heard everything. 20 minutes later, Amy appears crying. Don't think I can do this. Contractors don't respect me. Every difficult tenant asks for David. Feel like I'm failing everyone. Try to comfort her. Feel exact same panic rising in my own chest. That night alone in office. Open secret spreadsheet again. All the data comparing what worked and what didn't. Write in my journal. Week 13. Thought I was doing something important. Proving something. Now not sure what I was trying to prove, or who I was trying to prove it to. Numbers don't lie. But if I admit that, what does that make me? Close laptop without saving. Drive home at midnight. More exhausted than I'd ever been. Monday morning, week 14. David requests meeting at 8. Places letter on my desk. Giving notice. 4 weeks. Stomach drops. What? Why? You know why. If this is about the changes, it's not about change, Vanessa. It's about competence. He sits down heavily. Tried to make this work. Covered for mistakes. Trained people who didn't want to learn. Watched good employees leave. Who left? 3 maintenance guys last month. Carlos gave notice Friday. Face goes pale. He didn't tell me. Because you don't want to hear it. They're going to Morrison Property Group. So am I. Morrison, the competitor poaching our clients. You can't. I can. They offered me partnership. But that's not why I'm going. He leans forward. I'm going because I don't trust your judgment anymore. And neither do they. Silence fills room like water. I was trying to do something good. No. You were trying to prove something. There's a difference. He stands. Your brother built this company working 90-hour weeks, sleeping on job sites, risking everything. I kept it running, being available 24/7 for a decade. That's not accounting, Vanessa. That's sacrifice. You can't hire that? Thought about last 3 months. David arriving before me, leaving after me. Phone always on, always available. Thought he was just doing his job. Never considered what it cost him. I can learn. You're not willing to. Because learning means admitting you were wrong. Reaches the door. Pauses. I'll train my replacement if you find someone competent. But I won't stay to watch this. Collapse. He leaves. Sit frozen at desk for 20 minutes. Next 2 weeks are nightmare. Riverside law firm gives 60-day notice. 2 other tenants don't renew. Quietly mention management changes as reason. Insurance rates increased due to safety incident. Vendor we worked with 8 years switches to competitor. Told David they need to work with people who know what they're doing. Jake calls. Coming back early. We need to talk. Sunday week 15. Show up to brunch late. No makeup. Haven't slept properly in days. Need to talk to you guys about work. Priya checking her phone. Sure, what's up? It's not working. The changes. Keisha can't handle the properties. David quit. We're losing tenants. Silence. Sarah shifts uncomfortably. That's rough. Jen speaks carefully. Did you hire the right women? Maybe Keisha wasn't qualified. Can't judge all women based on. You told me to hire her. My voice comes out louder than intended. You said women were just as capable. Priya cuts in. We said women can be. But you still have to hire competent people. Feel like I've been slapped. Sarah tries to pivot. This is exactly why we need more women in leadership pipelines. So there's a deeper talent pool. I don't care about pipelines. Nearly shouting now. My company is falling apart. Awkward silence. People at nearby tables glance over. Jen's voice goes soft. Therapeutic. Maybe you're just really stressed. Have you thought about talking to someone? Look at 3 of them. Really look. Realize they didn't actually care if I succeeded. They cared about the narrative. Wanted me to be a symbol, not a person. I have to go. Throw 2 20s on table. Leave. Sit in car in parking lot. Cry for 10 minutes. Text group chat later, asking about next week's brunch. Takes 6 hours for anyone to respond. Maybe next month. Super busy. Week 16. Try to hire David back as consultant. Offer 50% more than previous salary. His email response. No amount of money will fix this. You need to undo what you did. I couldn't. Not politically. Not emotionally. Not publicly. So I tried to do it myself. Took every emergency call. Handled every vendor negotiation. Attended every tenant meeting. Worked 80-hour weeks. One night at 3 in the morning. Leak at one of our properties. Drove there in pajamas. Stood in mechanical room staring at pipes. Absolutely no idea what to do. Called building engineer. One of the former employees who left for Morrison. Sorry, Vanessa. Can't help anymore. Ended up paying $2,400 to fix something David could have handled in 20 minutes. Friday week, 17. Jake walks into my office at 6 in the evening. Everyone else gone home. Still at my desk. Papers everywhere. Looking destroyed. Jesus, Vanessa? When's the last time you slept? I'm fixing it. No, you're not. He sits down. Pulls out tablet showing financial reports. Been monitoring remotely. Down 22% in revenue. 5 tenants gone. 8 employees quit. Reputation in market is damaged. Couldn't meet his eyes. Calling emergency board meeting Tuesday. I can turn this around. With what? David's gone. Half the experienced guys are gone. Ones who stayed don't trust you. I was trying to do the right thing. Voice breaking. The right thing for who? Had no answer. He leaves. Stayed in office, looking at reflection in dark window. Didn't recognize person staring back.